Okay, so I just recently started this channel, so I'm going to be making another change, which is originally I thought I was only going to do wrap-ups, but then my daughter, who does a lot of YouTube videos, suggested that I do book hauls too. And so we were going to make a trip to Barnes& Noble, so I figured, yeah, why not? I'll give that a try too. So that's what we're doing today.
Sharply your words are coming in, line after line on repeat, echoing.
So I'm really excited after a long time because of the pandemic not going to Barnes & Noble. I'm really excited to finally be back there. So we took a trip and I picked up a few things. So let's take a look. Now, we looked at a lot of books when we were there, but the best part of the trip was that we found Olive's book. Right here, it's Olive's book.
Yeah, I see. I see.
That was pretty exciting, right? That was definitely your book, right, Olive? Olive. Again. Who did this, Olive? Who did this? Who did this to the moose? Olive. Again?
I think it looks good. It's a good look for her.
Again, Olive? Okay, let's take a look at the books we picked up. So the first book I picked up was The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay. So I did a wrap-up last month where I have reviewed another one of his books, which was A Head Full of Ghosts. As I said in the wrap-up, I really love that book. This is another one of his popular books that a lot of people liked, and so it sounds really cool. It's about a girl that's up in New Hampshire in a cabin with her dads, and some strange man comes up and starts playing with her, and then a whole group of men come up, and he says that she has to go back inside with her dads, and they're not going to want to let them in the house, but they have to. They're going to need their help to save the world, and there's going to be a lot of tough decisions. So sounds really interesting. Sounds like it'll be a good thrill ride. So that was the first book. So the second book that I picked up, I had never heard of before, and I just stumbled across it while we were there looking at some other horror books. And that's Gwendy's Button Box. As you can see, it's a pretty short one. It's a novella by Stephen King and Richard Chizmar. I hope I pronounced that right. And just from reading the back cover, this is about a little girl that meets a man sitting on a park bench that has a mahogany box. And he asks her to look after the mahogany box, and apparently this box can do both fantastic and terrifying things. And she has to take good care of it, or else there'll be a terrible price to pay. Sounded pretty interesting and a short read, so I figured I'd give this a try. So the next book I picked up was The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. Matt Haig's a pretty hot writer right now. He's written a number of books. I haven't read any of them yet, so this is the first one. Sounds really interesting, and a lot of people love this one. This one's about a woman that's really depressed, and then she visits this midnight library where she has a chance to explore all the other lives that she could have lived if she made other decisions. And so this sounded really interesting, and so I picked this one up too. So the next book that I picked up is The Luminous Dead by Caitlin Starling. This is a book I've been interested in for a while. This is a sci-fi horror. I've heard some buzz about it. This is about a woman that is doing some cave exploring on a foreign planet, and she has some secrets of her own that she lied to get this gig, and she has a handler that through audio walks her through this cave exploration, and the handler also apparently has some secrets. And so there's this weird dynamic, and supposedly it's very atmospheric, as this woman, all she has to go by is this audio that is kind of a strained relationship as she explores these caves. And so pretty excited about this one. And the last one that I picked up is Nosferatu by Joe Hill. Joe Hill has written a number of books, and Joe Hill wrote my favorite graphic novels of all time, The Lock and Key. If you haven't read, it's now a Netflix series. If you haven't read those or watched that, you should. The graphic novels are a very original concept, and it's really, really good story. So I'm trying to put together a group of Christmas-themed books to read in the month of December, and this was the first one that I picked up. I'm also there's a graphic novel that goes along with this, or it's a prequel, I believe. So I'm also planning to read that one as well. But this is about, I guess, a not very nice man that abducts children and takes them to Christmas land. And that's pretty much all that I know about it. Other than that, it's a and obviously a horror story based around that theme. So I'm looking forward to this one as well. So that's it. That's all the books that I picked up in the book haul. Just a short video to let you know what things might be coming up soon. And thanks for watching. I wanted to remind you that if you like the video, please remember to like it, give it a big thumbs up, and click subscribe. And we'll see you next time.